Back in the year 2016, there was a Lego customizer who felt like he needed to make custom minifigures from upcoming superhero movies to stay relevant. But there were too many movies coming out that year for him to keep up with. He soon realized that these movies he was making figures from turned out to be utter garbage, and being on the bandwagon probably wasn't the best idea. But now in the year 2018, he finishes one of those projects. Kinda.
Hello, my name is the Wolf of Lego, and welcome to my highly anticipated custom Lego minifigure showcase on my figures from Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. And to celebrate this disaster of a film, we have this dopey, depressed Superman who is more comparable to Eeyore, if Eeyore was Jesus, and a murderous psychopath. And Batfleck, who is the best Batman, to some people. For some reason. So I made Superman back in 2016, just never got around to showing him off just because I just didn't care. I made this guy and I just never got around to making a video or anything because I just didn't really give a shit. But Batman here is a completely new figure, which I had no intention on making this figure. It's not for me. This figure is for a god amongst men who asked me to make this figure for him. He's very intimidating, so I really didn't have a choice in the matter. Now let me say something quick about this film. For some reason, people like this movie. These people need help. Like, the opening scene's kinda cool. Not the little Bruce being lifted up by bats, whatever the fuck is supposed to be happening there. I'm talking about when the city's getting blown to Kingdom Come. Like, that's kinda cool. But besides that, this has to be one of the most boring superhero movies I've ever watched. Like, look at the fight between our title characters. It's slow and sluggish, like two drunk old men fighting outside of a bar. It's like the fight between Master Chief and Agent Locke, which is one of the lamest hand-to-hand fights you will ever witness. Okay, yeah, he's down. Now hit him with some of your cool Batman gadgets. Wait, what are you doing? What, you're gonna use a sink? Okay, well at least do something cool with it. Can you walk any faster? Oh my god, he's taking forever. Just hit him already!
Oh my god, this is so lame.
And it has to be one of the dumbest plots that would take way too long to explain to you. Like, look how much editing I've already done for this video. This would give the Moose Figs a heart attack. So our first figure here is the Man of Steel. Look how happy he is saving everyone. It doesn't look like he wants to kill himself, not at all. So this figure is very simple. There's not much that interesting about him. Like I said, I made him back in 2016. So he's kind of bad in comparison to what I can make now. The hairpiece is a Widowpeak's hairpiece that I just sculpted onto, trying to recreate that type of hairstyle he had, it to a horrible outcome. As you can see, it's very crude. It's not good at all. I don't like it, but it looks okay from the front. From a distance, if you squint your eyes, it looks just fine. The head is just a Superman head that we've gotten with the Henry Cavill. I think I painted those little marks by the eyes. I don't actually remember. The torso is just a Lego print. I repainted the light blue into like a more metallic light blue, and then I painted the wrists like, I don't know, gauntlets there, those blue bits. And then, sorry, hit the light. Then the back is the same, just repainted all those lines. And you can see the back of the boots there, because I'm not going to take this cape around again. I cut off the front of the cape to make it flush with the torso. I like doing that so the cape fits a little better. Then, as you can see on the legs, we have the boots. These actually turned out really nice. These are probably the best part of the figure, is just these boots. I like how those turned out. And if you can tell on the arms here, if I put them down so you can see the light a bit better. On the arms and on his legs, I tried painting like somewhat of a muscle pattern, kind of based off those Eclipse Graphics muscles. And I think the legs were based off of High on Bricks drawings that he makes. He makes some pretty cool drawings. And I just kind of copied those at the time. And yeah, that's about it for Superman. There's really not much to say about this boring, depressing character. So our next figure here is Batman. This is the figure that Steven asked me to make. Essentially, I told Steven that I was I was making the murder Batman from Batman vs. Superman. The guy who just kills everybody and is nothing like Batman should be. Like, that is not Batman.
All I've ever wanted to do is kill him. A day doesn't go by when I don't think about subjecting him to every horrendous torture he's dealt out to others, and then end him. But if I do that, If I allow myself to go down into that place, I'll never come back.
That is Batman. So I told him I was making a Batman from Batman vs. Superman that I just never got around to finishing. And this is kind of what remains of that figure at the time. This was my figure I was making in 2016. Very heavily inspired off of, let me see if I can get him in frame here. Here, hang on. Very heavily inspired off of, I guess, Ross or NGF's. I was trying to copy the pattern from the torso like he was doing because I thought that looked really nice. At the time, I don't really care much for this thing anymore. As you can see, this is not a great figure, and when he was saying, oh, if you could finish that'd be really cool, and I got home and I looked at it after finding it after a couple days. I can't remember. I couldn't find it. But I was thinking, like, I could do so much better than that, and I think I was able to do that with this figure for the most part. There's a couple parts I don't like about it, but we'll get into that right now. So, the cowl is made from a Lego Batman 3 cowl. I believe that's what it originated from. It's one of these guys. And I sanded the ears off and the forehead, the brow up there, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, the forehead. And sanded the cheeks down and everything. Just sanded it down in general. And essentially got it nice and more tight to the head, kind of like how his cowl is in the movie. And as you can see, I did sculpt on some more definitive, angry, like eyebrows or brow, you could say, up there to give him that look. I was going to use this head on the old figure I showed you. And this head is from a Lone Ranger set, and I think it works really well for this angry expression that Batman has. He's very angry in the movie most of the time, so I like how that looks. The cape, as you can see, I did sculpt the continuation of the cowl, because the cowl just kind of does loop around the cape, and or not loop around, it just goes on top of the cape, so I thought it'd be cool to sculpt that on. And I also did sculpt the chin strap underneath, so if we remove the mask there, it looks a little strange, but you can see that is all sculpted around the neck, and it does line up with the head very nicely, so you get that nice look to it. So nice, full look. Like, granted, there's a gap there, but what are you gonna do? So the bat symbol, Steven asked me to make it scratched up because in the movie it's got all these scars in it, because it's supposed to be a Batman that's been fighting crime for a long time. He's, gotten to this point where Robin's died, now he fucking murders everyone except the two people that actually murdered him. Don't ask me why, but whatever. Yeah, so I scarred up the bat symbol. It is not exactly 100% accurate to how it's supposed to be. I think these points could be a bit lower on the corners up there, but it turned out all right. And then you got all the different lines. You got the utility belt, that's all sculpted out of Procreate. That turned out really nice. You got the bat blades on the arms here. Those are made out of Procreate using the dry Procreate technique. That's essentially where you take hardened Procreate and then you cut it and then you glue it on and all that stuff. And then I sculpted around his wrists to continue the gloves going down. If I move the cape here, actually I'll have to take the cape off. So I take the cape off, you can see on the back there's all the detail there, and then more of the pouches and then the blades, you can see them a bit better. And I made them stick out a bit because I wanted you to be able to see them. They're supposed to be going like this way, but then you wouldn't be able to see them that much. Then you can see the boots. I got the steel point boots with the gold there. Some little buckles on the side. The same design as on the inside of the legs, right there and there. And yeah, that's about it for Batman. I really like how he turned out. I hope Steven likes how this figure turned out. He's told me he likes it, so that's good. Hopefully you guys think it's cool as well. I think I did a pretty okay job for a figure that I had no intention on making. So yeah, that's about it for Batman. Thank you all so much for watching. I didn't mention this in the beginning, but these figures are for my friend Steven, or Strike You. But he asked me to make Batman, and so I made Batman, and I'm going to throw in Superman with him. And this does not mean I do commissions, so please don't ask. I'm not doing anything like that. I don't know if I'll ever do that in the future. Maybe, I don't know. So don't go asking, hey, can you make this, or how much, blah, blah, blah. So don't do any of that. But yeah, that's about it for these figures from that awful movie. And yeah, hope you guys all have a nice day. God bless you, people of justice. May the force be with you always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Okay, pick up that spear. Yeah, now chuck it out like an Olympian. You fucking moron. God, this movie sucks.